Bernadette and I are getting married.
Is there a history of heart disease in your family?
My family is the history of heart disease.
So it's probably genetic.
Well, maybe. Mom also had just gotten some news that might have upset her.
What? You told her we were gonna get married and she had a heart attack?
You can't take that personally. Hey, how'd it go?
You're a putz! She thinks she got food poisoning from that deli and she just wanted to make sure I was okay.
False dilemma. Welcome to Logical Fallacies Explained, Episode 2. We all have a compulsion for closure. So when something happens around us, and it concerns us in one way or another, we need to know what's happening. We try to gather all the information regarding it, but oftentimes we don't end up collecting all the necessary details about it. Why go out and learn what's happening when we can sit at the comfort of our home and assume things? What we will do is, we will put our thinking caps on and try to assume all the possibilities it can take. I remember this particular incident from last year where I enraged a dude when I said I hated a movie that he loved. He kind of yelled at me and he stormed out. A few minutes later, someone comes to me and tells me that he is trying to get me arrested and that the cops have arrived. And I looked out through the window and I see him talk to the cops. Really? Really? Or maybe it was someone else who complained. We did have a pretty bad fight that day. It was very loud and kind of got very ugly. So it was probable for somebody else to have complained. But anyway, I walked to him and I was like, dude, you're an idiot. Why did you call the cops? And he was like, dude, you are the idiot. They came for my passport verification. I'm flying to Italy. When I saw the police officers, I was convinced that he was the reason why they showed up. I thought about two possibilities that could have happened, and I was really convinced that at least one of the two has to be true. But in retrospection, as you can all see, there were many other possibilities that I overlooked. At that moment, it never occurred to me that there were other possibilities. For the possibilities that I had considered were more than enough to paint the picture, and I was convinced. Now this is a fallacy because it does not have a valid premise. Now I'm not going to explain what a fallacy is, that's a completely different video. But this is a kind of fallacy and it's called false dilemma. Here the one who is making the argument quickly comes to a conclusion by offering an incomplete set of solutions, whereas a careful observation afterwards revealed the presence of several other parameters that were initially overlooked. It's alright if you have made that mistake before. I've made that mistake before. We all have made that mistake before. Even astronaut Howard Wolowitz messed up big time. Just try not to make that error again.